show you how to adjust your brand, domain, portal, notification, as well as multi-user settings in Dubsado 2.0 and 3.0. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to adjust your brand settings, domain names, and client portal settings in Dubsado 2.0, and then I'm going to show you all that stuff in Dubsado 3.0. So I am inside settings in 2.0, which to get there, you click this little gear up at the top. This is my demo brand account. So if you go into branding, this is where you're going to want to put your main logo. Just click edit right here and you can upload your logo. This is the hex code for your buttons. So pop in a color that you would like. And then for the email from name, you just want to say whether the emails are coming from your name or your business name. And the business name is going to change if you change this. Okay, so if I change this to like Kim Vargo Co., you can see that's changing down there. And I should probably do that. But I'm not going to waste my time there. So that is the branding settings. So hit save on the branding settings, and then we're going to switch to the domain settings. So go under domain names. You're going to want to change the page title to be the name of your brand. And then add in a little description about your business. So obviously something probably a little better than that, but write a description. And then the preview image and the favicon, you should have created these in previous steps. You're just going to upload them here by clicking upload, add in the photo, click upload, add in the photo. Okay, that will be your brand settings. And then number 5 is the custom domain. I highly recommend you do this. You have to go to your domain host. So like my host is GoDaddy. So I went into GoDaddy and created a CNAME record to that would be portal. It doesn't have to be portal though. You can make it called like lounge or like hello.kimvargo.com or whatever. But the directions are here. There's also another tutorial linked in your course, but this makes it basically white labels your stuff. So this is definitely worth doing. Make sure you hit save after. And then client portal. Again, you have created already your portal banner, your mobile banner, all that. But first thing you want to do, hide your welcome message and hide the logo. So this was step 1, this was step 2 in your course. For the colors, so if your banners have a light background, just make the banner colors light and then make the font colors dark. If you have the banner images uploaded, the only thing that really matters is the font color, because that's like what's going to show for like logging. The like log out button will show up in that color. So if you have a dark portal banner, make it a light font for the font color, or vice versa. So that's where you can basically decide what, and just click upload to get the images for your portal banners that you should already have on your computer. And then this in your, like, this is in your portal. If your clients are working multiple projects with you, they would have a drop down for the projects. But the word projects is always going to be there unless you change it to, like, if you're a photographer, you can make it sessions or events if you're an event photographer, or whatever makes the most sense to you. I'm just going to change it back to projects and then just hit save. Okay, so that is how you do all of that in 2.0. The notification settings are in here as well. So to give you a little, there's 3 types of notification settings. There's push settings in your browser. There's dashboard settings like here, and then there's email notifications. So depending on what you want to have, like you are just deciding what type of notification you want for each thing, and it's just checking boxes. So that's your notification settings. And then you also will want to add your team members, which are going to be under multi-user. So you just click invite new users, put their email, and then you can decide what type of account you want to give them. And then just hit send invite and they will get an email invitation. So that is all of the settings in Dubsado 2.0. Okay, now I'm going to pop over to Dubsado 3.0. To get to the settings, so this is the base dashboard. To get to the settings in 3.0, it's actually at the bottom. You're going to click on the bottom, go to settings down here. And things are kind of in like slightly different places, nothing crazy, but it is slightly different. So let me see if I can remember. So the branding is going to be under styling, your logo and your brand color. That would be here. The email from name, I think shows up under business info. Yes. So they're just kind of in different places. So this is where you're going to put your brand name, business email, and this is where you can toggle who you want the emails to come from. Okay, so it's in a different place than it was in 2.0. So that's your branding. Now, for the domain names, you're going to go to URL customization. This is where you set up that like portal.kimvargo.com or whatever you want it to be. You can click here to start the guided setup and it'll tell you what to do, which is really, really nice. And then this is basically what this is, by the way, is if you were to like send someone a link in like a text, you know how sometimes an image or a description will pop up. This is what's going to pop up. So the stuff that I had put in over in 2.0 is now showing up here, but put your business name, put the description, and upload your favicon image and the social media preview image. Okay, so that is your domain name settings. Now, half the battle is just finding them. Your client portal settings are right here. So we want to, your logo this is a little different. We do not want a welcome message, so I'm going to delete this. We do not want to show the logo, so we're not going to, if that, you can toggle it on or off, but you want that toggled off because you're going to have the banners in there. This is where you can put your colors, again, making sure your font color is light if your banner color is dark, or vice versa, just making sure there's some contrast. And then what else are we missing for client portal settings? That's it for client portal. And then the notification settings are down here. I didn't hit save, it doesn't really matter. You can receive notifications via email or web browser. So this is funny. It's a little different. This doesn't have the, what was it called over here? It doesn't have the dashboard one as an option for now, so that's interesting. I assume they're just like, or where do the notifications show up? Maybe they're not using, that would be interesting. I feel like the notifications would show in, okay, I'm gonna have to ask about that. I don't want to go too far off in this video. And then I'm going to go back to settings to add team members. You're going to click on team members. So this is, and there's also some groups in 3.0, which I don't think there is in 2.0. So that is how you adjust those settings in Dubsado 3.0. All right.
Thanks for watching.
If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure you hit subscribe and check the link below to join my newsletter for more Dubsado and automation tips and tricks. I would love to hear what you want to see next. Feel free to shoot me an email at hello@kimvargo.com or just comment below with your questions and I'll be sure to include it in one of my next videos.